interest rate differential with the U.S., lest peso value slide anew. Remolona, a member of the BSP since August of 2022, has been appointed governor of the BSP on Friday. He will replace Medalla, whose tenure ends on July 2. SIM registrations in the country have breached the 100 million mark. The Department of Information and Communications Technology reports as of Friday that it has so far tallied a total of 100.26 million registered user accounts. The DICT says this can be deemed, quote, a good number, especially considering that the country has a population of 110 million. On the other hand, the National Telecommunications Commission says the figure makes up for nearly 60% of the total SIMs in circulation as of 2022. With 1 month to spare, the DICT calls on the rest of the public to register their SIMs or face disconnection. This, as the agency says, the government has given the public enough time to comply after extending the registration period to July 25. Motorists may expect an increase in the prices of petroleum products by tomorrow. Unioil Philippines projects per liter prices of diesel to go up by 1 peso and 10 centavos. Gasoline likewise could become more expensive by as much as 30 centavos per liter. Oil firms are set to announce final price adjustments on Monday, which will take effect the next day. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation announces a transition in its leadership. Effective this month, the MPTC will be under the leadership of Rogelio Babe Singson. Singson will replace Rodrigo Franco after rendering his retirement from the company. Singson previously served as president and CEO of Metro Pacific Water Investments Corporation. He was also appointed as Secretary of the Public Works Department from 2010 to 2016. In other news, the Foreign Affairs Department says they are closely monitoring OFWs in Russia following the turmoil involving a coup from a mercenary group. In an interview with News 5, DFA spokesperson Teresita Daza said that most of the Filipinos in Moscow, Rostov-on-Don, and other nearby areas are safe. She added that precautions are also in place for Filipinos in Russia.
Most of our Filipinos po are in the Moscow area, but we also have some Filipinos in the Rostov-on-Don and nearby areas. They've been contacted and they're actually and have been reportedly A-OK. So safe naman po sila.
So far, the DFA said that there are still no requests of repatriation from the OFWs.
But right now, at least from the reports that we're receiving, nagka-calm down na po ng at saka yung Filipinos naman are okay. There's been no request for repatriation, so okay naman po.
The rise in HIV infections among young Filipinos correlates with a continued increase in the number of child abuse cases in the Philippines. That's according to child rights and protection advocate Dr. Bernadette Madrid. In this week's edition of Thought Leaders, Kathy Yang speaks with the 2022 Ramon Magsaysay awardee, who explains the findings behind this disturbing trend.
The Philippines is one of 8 countries in Asia that is responsible for the 80% rise in HIV. And when you look at the statistics of the Philippines, you will see that the rise in terms of the age group is among the youth. So 51% are in the age group of 24, to 30, but 29% is in the age group of 15 to 24. And when they were discovered, this is severe HIV. So that means that they probably got HIV 10 years before, when they were in their teens. And when the Department of Health looked at what was the mode of transmission of this HIV, 60% was male-to-male sex. And so our hypothesis is that at least one of the partners might be in his teens, and one might be an adult, and that would be sexual abuse. When we talk about consent, you also have to consider the power difference, including age. So if there's a significant age difference between two partners, even if you say that they both consented, abuse is still happening because the younger partner is being manipulated. A minor can only consent to sex when they're 16. Younger than that, it's statutory rape.
Let me pick up on laws, because the UNICEF did recognize the Philippines as having advanced laws protecting children.
Yes.
And that would be strong laws in child protection, the minimum age, Republic Act 11648. That would be establishing the minimum age for statutory rape. And then we also have Republic Act 11930, punishing the perpetrators for online sexual abuse and exploitation of children. And we also have Republic Act 11596, prohibiting child marriage. So how is it that we have a disturbing number of cases of child violence, even as we have really strict and advanced laws in protecting children? Where do you think disconnect comes from?
The disconnection is in the implementation of these laws. I think that in terms of laws, we have very good laws, but now implementing those laws, we're really doing poorly. And I think in general, that is the impression of Filipinos, very excellent in planning, but not in implementation. Yeah, unfortunately.
Catch the full interview on Thought Leaders with Kathy Yang this Tuesday, June 27th at 9:30 p.m. Manila time, only here on One News. And those are the top business stories of the hour. I'm Diego Castro. Join us again at 2 p.m. We are One News. All sides, all the time.